These are the materials you will need to make a face mask shown in this video. A sewing machine, 2 different colored fabrics, both 8 by 11 inches, a strip of fabric that is 2 1/4 by 45 inches long, scissors, a ruler, and pins. The first step is to make the face covering. Take 2 different colored pieces of fabric and cut them to 8 by 11 inches. Use 2 different fabrics to know which is inside and which is out. With the front of the fabric right side down, fold one of the 11-inch long sides of the fabric to create a 1/2 inch hem. Repeat the fold with the other piece of fabric. Stitch the folded edge of the fabric starting at the top edge. Sew 3 stitches forward and then 3 stitches backwards. Repeat this step 2 or 3 times. This creates a back stitch that will make the seam stronger. After you make the back stitch, continue down the length of the 11-inch folded side of fabric. Stop before you reach the end. While the first piece of fabric is still attached to the sewing machine, place the second folded piece of fabric directly in line with the first. Continue sewing the second piece of fabric, creating a finished edge. Slow down at the end of the fabric to create another back stitch. Cut the thread. Place the sewed edges of the 2 pieces of fabric together, the right side or pattern side of the fabric facing each other. It's now time to sew the remaining 3 sides. Start at the corner of the 2 hemmed edges. Make your back stitch and then continue sewing down the 8-inch edge. Your stitches should be 1/2 inch in from the edge of the fabric. When you get to the end of the first edge, turn the fabric so you can sew the 11-inch sides of the fabric together, allowing the same 1/2 inch seam allowance. When you reach the next corner, rotate the cloth to sew up the remaining 8-inch sides of the fabric. Don't forget to sew the back stitch at the end for reinforcement. Next, trim the corners of fabric as shown in the video. This will remove extra material and make the mask look better. Place your fingers inside the pocket you created and grab the opposite corners, pulling them through the opening and turning the fabric right side out. Step 2. Let's make the ties that will secure the mask to your head. Cut a strip of cloth 45 inches long by 2 1/4 inches wide. Fold the length of the cloth 1/3 of the fabric's width. Repeat this with the other side, overlapping the edges to create a folded strip of cloth that is 3/4 of an inch wide by 45 inches long. Sew the folded fabric right down the middle, using the presser foot's edge as a guide. Don't forget to add the back stitch at the beginning and end of the run. Here's the final step. Let's put the pieces together. Fold the mask lengthwise so that 2 11-inch sides are next to each other and the open edge is at the top. Place one end of the completed tie between the 2 mask corners at a 45-degree angle with the raw edge facing out. Pin it in place. Do the same with the other end of the tie, placing it between 2 corners at a 45-degree angle. Leave a 1/2 inch of the ties exposed past the edge of the mask. On the folded edge of the mask, measure 3 inches in from the outer edge and mark it with a pin. Do the same on the other side, measuring 3 inches from the outer edge. Starting at a corner with the tie in place, remove the pin holding the tie, use a back stitch, and then sew diagonally to the pin marking 3 inches in from the edge. Repeat this procedure on the other side, and remove the pins. And this is how you wear your mask. Cut the tie in the middle, half the distance between the corners of the mask. Place the mask over nose, mouth, and chin. Secure the mask by tying the ends together over the top of your head. Reverse mask next time you wear it, and wash the mask before wearing it again.